get some people on. What up? I'm hustling trying to make gold mine at the same time as do this. I hope everybody's doing good. Freddie Freeman. I'm hustling to make gold mine here, but I wanted to go over something real quick with you because it's important, and 2020's been whooping some of our asses, and I think it's important to remember some of the good stuff too or whatever, but this week's been one of the worst weeks. But one of the things that's going on that's really hard for me is that I have Uncle Fred, who's pretty much like, like Superman to me. Like if somebody would mess with us at a football game, he'd just yank them up and beat that ass for him. He didn't care. He just that way, man. That's how he rolls. But, they let me know today that he has cancer, that not to go into details or whatever, but, it's spread and, he's 79, I think. So it's one of those things where he doesn't have a whole lot of time left. And I got to thinking about him and how he lived up in Kentucky and I lived down here, and we didn't see each other a whole lot the last 10, 15 years, but what a profound impact he had on my life. No, we're not opening cards right now. It'll be tonight. And I could kind of pinpoint one of the reasons, and I was like, man, it's amazing how something like that can change someone's perspective or their life or whatever. But anyway, when I was 19, my dad sent me up to Kentucky to work in construction. I had the idea that I wanted to go to UK, and to do that, I needed to get in-state tuition because it was just something that Omar couldn't do at the time. And so I was going to go up there and get my residency and then go to UK. So I went up there to work for Uncle Fred. Uncle Fred is an apartment guru. He's built probably a dozen huge apartment complexes, and I went there, and it was the toughest year of my life. I was 4 or 5 hours away from all my friends and family. My friends, of course, are 18, 19 years old. They're not, that was before cell phones and things like that. So this isn't something where they checked in on you or anything like that. You almost felt abandoned by some of that, but you just plugged through. But so I went up there to work and work hard. I can remember the first day they throw me out on the construction site. Me and this dude are picking up this huge chicken wire, a roll of chicken wire. And I remember that chicken wire, I dropped my part all down my leg. There's still a scar there to this day. And the white stuff is out. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? I go to my Uncle Fred's apartment where he was staying on site. He dabbled some shit on it. Like, go back to work. And it was like right then I knew. I was like, man, I'm not under Omar's watch anymore. It's no more bullshit. And I learned how to drive a Bobcat, and I learned how to drive a forklift, and I learned how to try to get along with people that were fucking nuts. And I learned a lot of valuable lessons there. But one of them was, before I had went, I was doing a bunch of dumb shit because I was an unhappy person. I was spending more than I made. So when I got there, I needed to work more than 40 hours a week, or I was just going to go in the hole each week. And I did. I got extra hours. I was working 50, 60. There was one time I was working 70 hours there. But essentially, I just was always broke because I was trying to do what was right. But, I'd made bad decisions that were all my own fault, and I was having to pay the price for it. And around wintertime, up in Cincinnati, it's cold as shit. And, because I was always paying these stupid credit card bills or doing dumb stuff with my money then, I don't know. All the other guys, they would have like coveralls and ski masks and boots and gloves. And I didn't have any of that shit. I had blue jeans, a sweatshirt, and a pair of tennis shoes. And, my father taught me that if you mess up, you're going to handle this on your own. I'm not helping you. I'm not going to enable you. So I remember I was walking down one day to work. The worst thing of all, I can still hear the wood steps as I go down from apartment 66 at Mount Zion Road. And, creak, 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 thinking, fuck. And my Uncle Fred is driving by. And he just rolls down the window and he's like, here. And it was just like a Walmart bag. And it was full. It was a pair of coveralls, ski mask, gloves, the things you needed to keep warm. And I remember that was probably a $100 gift. I don't know what it was, but it might as well have been filled with diamonds because of the situation that I was in and that I needed them. And I've always remembered that such a small act of kindness when someone is down. Most people, they won't tell you what's going on in their life, and that's okay. But you'd be surprised what doing something like that for someone will do. I mean, it galvanized a bond with us that, I mean, it would have been on. If anybody messed with Uncle Fred, I would have rolled because of that. And it's the whole reason I'm bringing all this up. It's not any fun to say, hey, you were sucking, hey, all the blemishes. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But the moral of the story is that my Uncle Fred, he wasn't going to let me, be cold. He wasn't going to leave me hanging like that. And he taught me how to be a grown person on that journey. And to just do that one small act is something that I was 19, 24 years later. I don't necessarily, not that I only remember it, is that it's an emotional situation for me because I can feel how desperate I was at that time. And I hope that one of these small things that we do for someone, or when they're sick or their child's sick, or when they're just having a bad day, that's why you see me trying to do those little things, hoping that it'll inspire someone to keep going, not give up. And that was my Uncle Fred. I'm just one of thousands of stories. He's a nut dragger. He knows what's up. So I just wanted to get on here. I'm actually struggling. I've got to make gold mine real quick, so I'm on the run. But I wanted to say that while it was on my mind because honestly, I just want to give respect to my uncle because the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking for all of us, and I think it's important to let people know, that when someone has a profound impact on your life, the greatest gift you can ever give them is let them know that. So if you're out there and somebody's done something like that for you and you've been too big of a coward to say anything to them, just trust me, it'll be all right and it'll be worth it. Hang in there, 2020. If you think you got a corner on heartache or family members that are sick, kids that aren't acting right, or financial problems, or whatever it is, the nation is pretty much, it's full of us. So hang in there. We're trying to get on the other side of this, and when we do, maybe we'll catch our breath, man, and maybe 2021 will be a little bit better. All right, man. Florence, y'all. Respect to my Uncle Fred. Got nothing but love. Nothing but love. Holla at you, boy. I'll see you in about an hour. We'll do gold mine. I'm running on fumes, guys, as far as the show goes and as far as the goal goes or whatever. I just not into it. And I don't know what to do, but that's the truth. Catch y'all later. Holla at you, boy. Deuces.